Well, Mentone Grammar is a co-educational school of about 1,250 students from kindergarten through to year 12, and is approximately 87 years old at the moment. So it was a boys' school for many years, and we've been co-educational for the last 7 years. I heard about Zaidee's mainly through football, I guess. I think the Zaidee's organisation had been on the football show, and a lot of the AFL footballers had been wearing the laces, and it had been promoted fairly heavily through football circles. So that was where I first came across the Zaidee's organisation. One of our students, Bella Hayden, invited Alan to come and speak at an assembly, and he spoke to the students for some time and explained and really told Zaidee's story. And it was very moving. A lot of the students were very moved by not only his story, but also his call to action at the end of the presentation. And that was, I guess, the key piece of advice that he offered the students, was that he wanted them to do something, and that's where it all began. I think the key thing with community service, there's a lot of community service that happens in schools and in organisations where people raise money. So they might be a gold coin donation or actually just giving money, but the thing that was different about this event was that the students were involved and actually did something. And when you're involved in it as heavily as they were when they organised this event, and when you're as heavily involved in the organisation as they were when they organised this event, it becomes a very personal contact. And also I felt the students were a better understanding of what it was the organisation were trying to achieve. Whereas just raising money and handing over a cheque really isn't what it's all about. It's becoming personally involved in the outcomes that the organisation is trying to achieve, and that had an outstanding effect on the students in particular. And there was hardly a dry eye in the place on that last final countdown as we ran the last 10 seconds. Our involvement with Zaidee's is really about the awareness that it brings. As I said before, there's a lot of organisations where people raise money, but actually being involved with the organisation creates an awareness of what tissue and organ donation is all about, and also bringing it into the classroom is the next phase for that. It suddenly becomes, rather than something that the students will see on the television or at a sporting event or being advertised, they're actually involved in learning about organ and tissue donation and the benefits of doing that, and I guess how many people they can possibly help by donating their organs and tissues is something that I don't think many people are aware of. And I think that's a key benefit for all of our students, and using the website to help educate them about that. And when you talk about organ and tissue donation, the students are probably thinking just one or two of the major organs, but when they realise exactly what can be donated and how it can be used, then it becomes a very strong educational tool for all students and all teachers to use in the classroom and beyond with our involvement with the Zaidee's organisation. We're just incredibly proud of what the students achieved. This was a completely student-driven and student-organised event. From the very, very start, where Tristan came to me with his initial idea, right through to that last moment where we had, I think, nearly 100 people observing the final countdown, everything was student-driven. They approached all of our sponsors themselves. They set up the function centre that we used to hold the event. They organised the timing, they organised the rosters, they organised the staff that came and helped supervise, they organised the food. So for me, I was incredibly proud at that final moment of what they had achieved and what they had initiated, and that to me was a fantastic benefit to watch as a teacher.